basics. The pen tool works by creating paths which are connected by control points. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So for this part, we'll focus only on geometric shapes made out of straight paths. I'll start by creating an open path, which means that not all the points are connected to make a closed shape, like this pentagon for example. Up here I made some guides indicating where to place your control points in order to create these specific shapes, so you guys have a reference to fall back on if you're unsure about where your points should be. At this stage it's pretty straightforward, but when we'll start creating curves, these will come in handy. Now let's select our pen tool. I'll set the fill color to none, and I'll go with this bright pink for the stroke. You can use any color, I just want something that stands out. So I'm gonna start at the bottom here and place a point. As you can see, my path is now anchored to this point and I can move freely around it. Then I'm gonna connect it to this corner up here, and from there I'll move to the next point down here and press escape when I'm done. Now we can move on to this next shape and repeat the process. This time we'll connect all the points and make it a proper closed path. You can start wherever you want and simply connect each corners with one another. Now you see this little circle right here next to my cursor. This indicates that I'm about to connect the last point and close my path. And by the way, these shapes don't need to be perfect, just try and be as precise as you can. Okay, now let's go to this last shape here. So again, I'll create my first point here, but this time I'll hold down Shift. It'll make it so that my path can only move in perfect 45-degree angles around my starting point. You can see as I move around my control point that the path will snap to the closest vertical, horizontal, or 45-degree angle. This can come in really handy when creating shapes in Illustrator. So let's just go ahead and connect all the points holding down Shift. Alright, so now we know how to create straight paths. Feel free to start over until you feel comfortable to move on to the next part.